Jesus Christ. I gotta stay in my, I'm gonna stay over here where it's safe. Hold on. I'm gonna share this shit. Let me share this shit, man. Hold up. Let me share this shit. There we go. All right. Goddamn, lurker. I would just stay on my channel. I'm gonna just stay over here where it's safe. Sometimes you go in to ask the questions and find out, and then you realize, like, why the fuck are you up here asking these questions? There's certain things you don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I didn't want to know that. No. I came up here thinking it was going to be some suspect shit. And, yikes. I don't know. What do y'all think? Did she convince y'all? Hey, look, what did I do, man? Mayor, I just got to stay on my channel, Mayor. That's what I got to do. I got to learn to mind my motherfucking business, dog. You know how you get to watching the stream and you be wanting to interact because they be having shit up there to interact in the stream, motherfuckers talking and shit. And I'm not really the type. I'm not a typer. I don't like doing all this sitting here all day typing. You know what I'm saying? I present myself better. Like if I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? If I'm just talking to you directly, I can get a better understanding of what the fuck you saying. So, I see, I'm subbed to my girl Ashe, so I see her. Ashe put a video up, right? And her and Pharaoh was on a nigga live, and apparently Pharaoh was saying it was a woman that's running around on YouTube pretending to be his mother. And it's another dude interviewing Pharaoh's mother. Okay? So I'm like, huh? Watching the video. So boom, Ashe put up like a clip. You know what I'm saying? So boom, after I finished watching the clip, I see Soul Alchemy is streaming the live of Pharaoh, this dude, I think his name's Suge or something like that, Uncle Suge. I don't want to fuck that up, but I believe his name was Uncle Suge. And this other woman, and I, I'm not good with names. So this other woman that's speaking to be Young Pharaoh's mother, right? So they going back and forth, arguing, whatever. So boom, Pharaoh dipped. So at first I'm trying to find the channel. You follow me? And I couldn't find the channel where they were streaming live. Then boom, I got the link to the channel. So boom, I shoot over to the channel. So she's talking. So I went into the chat room and I asked the dude, could I call in? You feel me? It's like I said, I'm not about to, you know me, bro. I'm not about to sit here and do this all day. Fuck all that. So, Pharaoh is saying that that's not his mother. So Pharaoh cut into the lady on some, you know what I'm saying? This woman's a stranger. Why the fuck is y'all doing this? This is some old bitch shit, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, well, damn, if this is his mother, then there's certain questions that she should be able to answer without question. You know what I'm saying? If Pharaoh's full of shit and this is your mother for real, well, there are going to be certain questions, just as a mother would, a mother to a son, you would be able to answer. You know what I'm saying? That's how I played it. So, I just had a conversation with her. Some questions she answered, but other questions she really didn't answer. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, no, see, I wasn't there to talk. I was there to listen. You follow me? I wasn't there to talk. I was there to listen. You know what I'm saying? My question, I throw a question out there to you. You feel me? I throw a question out there to you and just see how you answer it. I don't have to, once I throw the question out, I don't have to keep talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you elaborate on the question. When I throw it at you, now if you answering questions with questions, I'm not gonna say, well, you doing some suspect shit right now. I'ma just make a mental note of what you did, and I'm gonna continue talking like I didn't pay attention to what just happened right there. I didn't see what just transpired. I asked some questions, and like I said, some of the questions were general questions that anybody could answer, but then there was other questions I asked that was like more direct. Do you follow what I'm saying? And some of them direct questions really didn't get answered. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we stocked up on everything, Mayor. You know that, man. I don't play around. But I mean, if y'all figure the logic, like she was like tripping over $250. You know what I'm saying? Like that was kind of a red flag for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say, this person is the mama or not, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, when she was telling me at first that she got sick when she was 6 years old, but then she turned around and said that the sheriffs removed her son. Like her sheriffs took not her other two children, just him. And then she asked me if I knew what that was like to have children removed out of the house. And I'm saying, well, what's the deal with that? I mean, like you don't like a mother has more rights to her children than the father. So yeah, elaborate a little bit. Like how did you lose custody? Like and then it was like, she kind of flipped on a couple of questions that just didn't make no sense to me. Number one, this is the biggest one of them all. When I asked her, about pictures of her son, she said she didn't have any. All right. She didn't take pictures of her son. I mean, when you go back to that playback and I asked that question, she answered it with a question. When you listen to that playback and you hear me say, well, do you have any pictures or Polaroids of your son? Why did I say Polaroids, people? Why did I say Polaroids? Anybody know? Why did I say Polaroids? Why did I say Polaroids? What year? What year was Pharaoh born? People, what year was Pharaoh born? What year was he born? Right. There you go. Vaughn Street got it. The reference, the era. 97. Right. He was born in 97, right? So in 97, you would have had some Polaroids because you didn't have no goddamn motherfucking smartphones. It didn't exist yet. Then she told me that she lived in Atlanta, and I asked her, well, what part of Atlanta did you live in? And she said, all over Atlanta. Now, I've lived in Atlanta for 5 years. You know, that's not really a statement. That's why I responded to her and I said, well, wait a minute. Are you telling me you weren't stable? And then she goes and says, well, yeah, I'm stable. Well, I mean, to the point she just made earlier, she said that she was all over Atlanta. And, you know, yeah, there is no all over Atlanta. That's why I asked her what part. And then she said, you know, that he was having, trying to get him removed out of school. And then I asked her what school did Pharaoh go to? And she could not tell me the school that her son went to. So, you know, certain things like that. If my mother came in this chat room right now and you asked her what elementary school I went to, she would tell you. I could wake her up in the middle of the night and ask her what middle school I was in. She would tell you. She would tell you the high schools I was in, right? Because she pretty much put me in all of those schools. And most people, when you do an action like that, you remember what you did. All right. Now, another red flag for me is the fact that she is not identifying when you make a statement and say, well, you know, my son was taken away from me, but now all I want is my money. You know, it right then and there is I mean, it's like, you know, there's another agenda here. I'm not trying to take sides. I'm just giving my thoughts. You know, it just seems like at that point there's another agenda, regardless, even if you are his mother, to come on social media over $250 is, you know, extremely petty. I mean, if you lost that money 2 years ago and you lost that car 2 years ago, you streaming from inside your house. Your lights is on, your gas is on, your cables is gone. So it's like obviously you live beyond that point. So if he didn't give you the money then, what's the point of bringing it up now? If you're not going to take him to court, then there's no sense in coming on social media and putting it on blast. You know, black families got a bad habit of doing that. They all like black families now. It's like a trending thing where it's like, you know, we got to bash the son, bash the daughter. You know, I mean, we weren't built like this. This wasn't what we supposed to be doing. I mean, it's one thing to be talking about a stranger, but you talking about your own child. If this is your son, remember, I mean, anything you say on him is really a reflection of you. So it's like, you know, you got to watch what the fuck you say. All right, all right. I mean, it's obvious the woman has some form of PTSD. All right, and you know what I'm saying. She is under extreme stress. You can hear it in her voice. You know what I'm saying. You can hear it in her voice. She's a beautiful woman, but you can hear it in her voice. So I can understand why people fucked over her. I believe her when she said she was raped. All right. I believe her that when she says her life was hard, I believe her life was hard. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of pain inside of that woman. A whole lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people walk around with that pain, and if it don't kill them, it pushes them to suicide. So I'm not sure, what her relationship is with Young Pharaoh. You know, but like I said, shit, in situations like that, man, all you can do is just pray for a sister like that, man. All right, because she gave a narrative of like Pharaoh in her life. You feel what I'm saying? And she gave a really hard, like she put up a really hard sell on all of that information. She put up a really, really hard sell. I'm not gonna flex. Anybody watching that would be convinced that she was Pharaoh's mother. All right, I'm not gonna say she is or isn't. I'm not gonna say she is or isn't. All right, because I don't know. Um, all right, I don't know, and I'm damn sure not about to go find out. All right, see that's one road I won't be driving down. All right, I won't be driving down that road to see if this really his mother. No, man, I got all the information I needed tonight. That's enough. I ain't got to ask no more questions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just look at it like this. If that woman was actually his mother, at some point, she would have to, see the error in her ways too. Because like she said, she keeps, referring to him being taken away from her. All right. All right. You said, where's the video at? All right. Look, let me, because I don't think I can write in my own chat room. Nope. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can't find the title of the video. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can't get the title. All right. So hold on. Give me 5 seconds, and we're gonna see. I'm gonna go see if I can pull the title of the video. Hold up. Where is it at? Nope. That didn't work. Hold on. Let me try something else. Fuck. Uh. Uh. All right. Man, if I know somebody saw that damn show. You got the link and y'all got a wrench. Y'all can post that bitch in the chat. It ain't letting me pull it from my phone, and my computer updates. All right, yeah. Yeah, you said you did Black Amethyst? Okay, here you go. Go ahead, girl. Post that goddamn link, girl. Put that link in the chat. All right. You got that link, Black Amethyst. Hook them up, man. Send them that link so we can all see this woman. All right. Yeah, man. That shit was crazy. I mean, that woman was like in like ninth degree detail. I mean, like I said, it just off of hearing her, listening to her talk, yeah, and like I said, you couldn't without physical evidence, you could not deny and say, well, Yeah, that's not Pharaoh's mom. My Pharaoh, is not claiming her. Pharaoh's not claiming. They go to link to the show, but Pharaoh's not claiming her. All right, but what I'm saying, I like I said, but in the black families, if a parent is not in their child's life, these things happen. Um, Mothers that get separated from their children grow up to adults, then they end up hating their mother. And the same rule applies for when fathers are not actively in a child's life like the mother is. It becomes a resentment. All right. This is every, and like I said, my family's no exception to the rule. This happens in every single black family. You'll say, well, yeah, I love them, but I don't want to be around him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, I don't feel I love him. Yeah, I know he's my dad, but I don't have that connection. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you said what the hell they live? Yeah, man, they probably gonna be live for a minute, dog, because I was talking to them, and the next thing I know, and yeah, if y'all ask for the link, they will they'll let you on and talk to us. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Fondy, man, look, girl, shit. It's a woman on that dude Uncle Suge's channel, and she's claiming to be Young Pharaoh's mother. And long story short, she's basically cussing, and she's saying that Pharaoh owes her $250, and she wants her money. Yeah, she was kind of bashing him, and I was just trying to, yeah, she going off, and 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 I said, well, sis, you know what I'm saying? Like I was telling her personally, if this is your son, you know what I'm saying, like doing all this shit in the public eye, it's just not a good look for black folks. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop doing that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? If you like me and my mother get into an argument, I would never bring that shit to YouTube. I would never bring it to Instagram. It would never make it to the light of day. Me and my sister get into an argument, that shit ain't being recorded. It ain't being posted, man. Like, what the fuck? All right. She said that Pharaoh was born in '97, so you know, I can hear. You said the chick is. You think she fake? Well, I talked to her directly, man. So I got a closer perspective than just from what she's saying now, because see, it's like right now, she's just ranting. You know what I'm saying? And I was more or less trying to be like the calm in the storm of the stream, you know what I'm saying? But she was saying how, you know what I'm saying, like out of all the children she had, the sheriffs only took him away from her. Like she had all her kids except him. Well, I didn't ask her. See, the thing is, I didn't want to go on another platform, especially that yeah, it's like I didn't want to seem like too pushy on somebody else's platform. You know what I'm saying? Them people don't know me, so I don't go over to nobody's shit. Really trying to start anything. I mean, I fucks with Ashe. You know what I'm saying? Ashe, no, you know what I'm saying? I fucks with her. So I'ma trust her word over many. Cause like I said, I known her a little bit longer and she ain't never lied to me before. So, if she's telling me something, I'm gonna take her word as being more golden than, somebody I just met. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I operate. He said she real, why she cuss out, what she cuss about him. Well, according to her, Pharaoh doesn't respect her as a mother. That Pharaoh don't see her as a mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Pharaoh looks at her like a nigga in the street. So, like, what you seeing at this point is this is her breaking point. This is her breaking moment. She said that basically she just found out that he had this big YouTube presence like a couple months ago. She just found out that he was doing all this on YouTube, that he had all this big presence. Most of our family don't. Like my family, you don't, okay, outside of my mother and my sister, who else do you see from my family coming on to my live streams? I have 300, 400 people watching my live. That ain't my family. It ain't my cousins. It ain't like, my grandmother and shit like that. So some of the points you were making, and like I said, you couldn't deny it. If you just found out that your son was doing all this and he had this big presence, he was ducking you. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue something I can't prove. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not up to me to prove it. You know what I'm saying? It's not up to me to prove it. It was like she brought this to the public, so I was asking questions about things she's putting up publicly. You know what I'm saying? That's really all it was. It wasn't like I was trying to pry or take sides or anything like that. I just said, boom, okay, let me see what's up with this woman that's coming out and Pharaoh's live saying to people, hey man, this ain't my mama. This shit is hilarious. All right. So I'm like, boom, I don't even know who any of these people are. Let me go inquire. You know what I'm saying? All right. Uh-oh. Well, then you ain't his mama then, girl. You said you don't remember the name of the hospital. You are disqualified. Look. All right. We will have your child picked up. All right. Tomorrow morning. All right. When the sun rises, we got you. They work on Sunday. Look. Yes. We don't even care if your son is grown. We're gonna pick him up out of his own house, god damn it. All right, like Freddie got fingered. Y'all remember Freddie got fingered? And they called CPS on that nigga. He was 23 years old. They knocked on that nigga door, like, you coming with me. You said Young Pharaoh birth certificate is public record. That is very true. That is very true. And Pharaoh said that he was adopted. Well, look, hey Key, that right there seals the deal. His mom's name gonna be on that birth certificate, hands down. And see, I didn't want to ask her. So I didn't ask her any type of hardball questions, Key, because like I said, I didn't want them to think that I was trolling them or no shit like that. But see, I asked her a question that she couldn't answer, Key, and she was giving all of these details about what he did and how he did it and all this other type of stuff. But when she said she lived in Atlanta, I said, well, because, Pharaoh was in Atlanta. All right. I asked her what part of Atlanta she lived in. And her response was, well, I lived all over. Right then and there, all right, like a red flag went up. And then I said, well, okay, all over Atlanta. And then she got to talking about the school, right? And I asked her, well, what school did he go to? And she couldn't tell me the school. Then I asked if she had any Polaroids of her son, and her response was more of like, well, who takes pictures? Who has pictures of their son? Like that was her response to that question. Yeah. But certain questions like that, like I said, that's a softball question. You see what I'm saying? That's a softball question. But like I said, she had too many gaps. Like she didn't want to admit that if Pharaoh was her son, and according to her, she lost possession of him at 6 years old, well, then that means that, your son's pain turned into anger. All right. Well, no, she said that Pharaoh was never hurting for anything. That's what she said. She said that he was always, um, he was waited on hand and foot. So at that point, Pharaoh had birthdays and all these things, and I'm saying to myself, well, okay, if he's with your baby daddy, right? I mean, at some point you said you had him back, so I mean, birthdays, Christmas, something that we could look at and say, oh, okay, that is his mama. All right, that is Mom Dukes. Hell yeah. Shit. But I'm finna go get me some sleep, man. Your boy VicDamoane is tired in the motherfucker. All right, shout out to everybody donate, support the platform, and I will get at y'all in a minute. Deuces.